Arch Readers, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to discuss my 20 books that I want to get through in 2022. I know it's a little cliche to do 22 books in 2022. I mean, not telling you guys you shouldn't do that, because, like, honestly, I love TBR videos, but for me personally, since one of these is going to be a series, I just didn't want to do 22 books, specifically because the series, I have 9 books to get through before I finish, so yeah. Anyways, okay, so these are all the books I want to get through in 2022. Hopefully, I know I probably can get through all these, so I'm not really having any doubts for myself, because I have the whole year to get through these. But yeah, this video is going to be separated into, like, sections, as, like, my books are separated into genres, and sections on my bookshelves. So, yeah, anyways, without further ado, let us get into it. So the first book series I want to get through, and the only one that I really have, is The Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith. I have so far read the first, technically the first 4, but they're in a bind-up. 2 of them are, like the first 2, and then the other 2 are in bind-ups. So I just technically am on, like, I'm on the 5th one now, but I finished, like, 2 bind-up books. This is the one I'm currently on. I'm, like, so far getting through it. I just really want to get finished with the series. It sucks. And I also am going to be making a YouTube video for my vampire vlog series. So yeah, if you guys want to hear my thoughts and opinions, you'll watch it, or you can watch it whenever I finish it. But yeah, so far, this series, if you want to know, is about this girl, and she is, like, the popular girl in school, and then, like, these 2 vampire brothers, like, fall in love with her. And this book, I think, is written in, like, the 90s, or, yeah, probably 90s, and, definitely reads like that, in a bad way, in a ridiculously bad way. I really want to get through this series in 2022 and post the video in 2022, so that is my aim, that is my goal. Moving on, I'm just going to do this, like, from what I can reach instead of, like, where my everything is on my bookshelves. So, moving on to contemporary, I have 3 books that I want to read for contemporary. So the first one is not a physical copy that I have, but it is on my Kindle, and it is Planet Barbarians. This is, like, contemporary science fiction, like romance, erotica, but I'm just counting it for contemporary. Yeah, so this book is about, like, I think it's just about, like, this girl and this alien, and they're a couple, and they fall in love, and they have sexy fun times. It is very popular on, like, just anywhere, really. BookTok, I believe, BookTube, Bookstagram. It's just really popular, and I really want to read it. So yeah, it sounds like a really fun time. I'll probably do a whole video on itself of a review, because one thing I want to do in 2022 that's a little different is I want to do individual book reviews, because I think that'd be fun. But yeah, it would be short, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's what I want to read. The next one that I want to read is Lilac Girls by Martha Hall Kelly. This is about, let's see. Okay, I'll just kind of, so it's like a World War II, like, historical fiction book. My aunt recommended it to me, actually, but I already like had it on my bookshelves, so I'm like, hey, why not just read it this year? So it's just about like these a group of concentration camp survivors known as the rabbits. It's based on a real life story of these concentration camp survivors. And it's just about like this, like their story. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously, when I read it more or when I get through with it, I'll tell you more about it. But it looks like it has different point of views. And yeah, my aunt actually said it was really good and I need to read it. And we were talking about other books that we should read because she like loves World War II historical fiction books. This one was one of them, and then we actually started talking about The Nightingale by Crichton and I really loved that one. So, and she loved it too. So like we were talking about that and she's like, Nicole, you need to read Lilac Girls. Yeah. So that is what I want to read in 2022. And then the last one in my contemporary section is actually Call Me By Your Name by Andre Aciman. This book is just a love story about like this guy, and he is like a boy, a teen boy who lives in Italy, and there's this like other guy. I think I'm trying to see, I'm like, oh, he's a summer guest. And he spends the summer in Italy at the boy's parents' house, and romance ensues from there. I believe there's a huge age gap too in here. I don't know. I kind of want to read it. I know that my sister enjoyed the movie. She doesn't read. Why did I say it like that? She doesn't read. No harm, no foul. But yeah, she doesn't read, so she hasn't read the book, but she liked the movie. And then I know that Noelle from BookTube, Noelle Gallagher, she's a booktuber I follow, and this is one of her favorite books, so I really want to read it. Okay, moving on to classics. So I'm most definitely going to be making a video for this. But I want to read Tim O'Brien's The Things They Carried. I actually read this in high school, and I hated it, and I've honestly, I wrote a hate mail unintentionally to the author, and I really want to do him justice, because in school I just skimmed pages. I didn't really read the full book. I just absolutely hated it, and I hated being forced to read. So yeah, I think I'm definitely, if I enjoy or hate it, I'll be making a video about it anyways. But this is about the Vietnam War, and this group of soldiers who are in it, and the things that they carried. So yeah, I'm very interested actually to read this. It does look like the previous owner of this book did annotate it a little bit, there's highlights and stuff. So that should be fun. Yeah. I don't normally annotate my books, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I did get this from the thrift store, so previous owner. I honestly get all my books from the thrift store. They're all used, so yeah. Anyways, next book in the classic section. I want to read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I'm sure you guys already know about this book, what this is about, but I have yet to read it. Pride and Prejudice, the TV show adaptation with Colin Firth, I believe, is honestly childhood, because my grandma really, really, really loved that. And I remember watching it all the time, and I'll still watch it to this day. If I want to sit a couple hours in front of the TV. But yeah, I really want to read Pride and Prejudice, so I'm gonna this year. Okay, moving on to thrillers. That is the word. Okay, so 2 are gonna be a little bit dumb, but maybe not dumb. Maybe I'll enjoy it. But I've been wanting to read these. They've been sitting on my shelves for so long. And that is Candy Cane Murder by Joanne Fluke, Laura Levine, and Leslie Muir. So this is like cozy mysteries, but like make it Christmas themed. So I'm obviously going to be reading this when I'm in the Christmas mood later on this year. Right now we just got done with Christmas. I still have yet to put away my Christmas decorations, but I'm just done. So I will not be getting to that right now. But then I have Trick or Treat Murder by Leslie Muir. And this is like a Halloween. Why did I say Halloween? Halloween cozy themed murder, I guess. Murder mystery. And yeah, I'm always in the mood to read like Halloween things, so I probably might get to this like sooner than October. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. And then the last one is actually going to be a reread, but I haven't really talked about this on my channel yet, so I'm technically not counting it as a reread, but I remember thoroughly enjoying it, freaking loving it, and I just want to read it again. And it is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. This is one of my favorite thrillers. I don't normally read too many thrillers, but this is about like this husband and wife, and the wife goes missing, and all the circumstances and stuff surrounding her disappearance like really like makes the town question him, and he like basically is questioned and looked through like as a murderer for murdering his wife. But yeah, anyways, it is crazy, and I love this book, and I'm really excited to get into it, and I kind of actually want to like maybe annotate it a little bit too, because this is going to be my second reread, or my second read through, and the first time I think I rated this actually a 5 stars. So yeah, anyways, moving on. Moving on to science fiction. So the first book we have is Crosstalk by Connie Willis. I also have read this before, and I really want to read it again. I actually know Connie Willis personally. She's like a family friend of ours, and this is the first book that I read by her, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, anyways, what's it about? It's about like this girl and this guy, and in the future, kind of, you can get a chip implanted in your brain to read your significant other's thoughts. Like, you guys can read each other's thoughts. And she is set to marry this guy. And so they get the chip, but it's not his thoughts she's reading. It is her, like, arch nemesis thoughts. And her like fiance can't read her thoughts, but like they can read their thoughts, and it's like it backfires. And yeah, I really really want to reread this. This is really good. Actually also might annotate it too. Probably not, I don't know, maybe I will. But yeah, okay, so the other book I want to get through is Dune by Frank Herbert. This is a very popular book, and actually my friend, he really wants me to read this, and I want to read it too. So yeah, this book is just like a science fiction about like this guy, Paul, who who would become the mysterious man known as Muad'Dib. I don't know. Hardcore science fiction, anybody? Yeah. I don't know. Really, I don't really know what this is about. I just know, like, I wanted to read it. Yeah. And then the last book in the science fiction section is Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I really want to read this. It is about, like, this boy and set in the future, and yeah, I don't know. I was actually watching Mike's book review, which is a YouTube channel here on YouTube, and a booktube channel, and he really, like, loves this book, and I really wanted to read it. I did watch the movie before, yeah, and I did enjoy it. Can't really recall what it's about. It's just about, like, this kid, and he, like, is in this academy where, like, they're tested to become, like, the brainiacs of the galaxy and fight. Yeah, okay. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I probably am, like, not doing a good job at explaining what these books are about, unless I already read them. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on to, like, paranormal, or, like, horror. So, the first one I want to read is actually Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And this is just about, like, this, like, guy, and it's like a YA book by Ransom Riggs, about this guy who goes and joins, like, a weird family where they're basically, like, have supernatural powers and are, I don't know, like, interesting people. Yeah. I feel so bad for not, like, really being able to explain what these books are about, because I really have no energy to read the back synopsis, so I'm just doing it through memory. But yeah, anyways. So, next book is actually Married with Zombies by Jessie Peterson. This is actually an ARC that I accidentally got at the thrift store. And I might make a whole entire video of ranting about how much I hate it when, like, they sell ARCs at the thrift store. I mean, it's not their fault, but, like, honestly, like, it gets on my nerves because I'll, like, go, oh, this is so good, and then I'll, like, pick it up and then later would realize it's an ARC, and I'm like, well, I hope it's finished. So, yeah. Anyways, this is about, it's, like, about this couple that are married, but they're going through, like, difficulties, so they are going through couples therapy, and during their couples therapy session, actually, they are, in the midst of a zombie apocalypse, and, yeah, they have to work together and, kill all the zombies and survive together while they're dealing with difficulties in their marriage. And actually, this sounds really good. I don't know, like, the title, Married with Zombies, is kind of, like, I don't know, ridiculous, but I kind of like it, so, yeah. Anyways, last book in the paranormal section, or horror section, is The Troop by Nick Cutter. This is also a popular book on BookTube, and it's just about this, like, group of boys, like, Boy Scouts, in, they have to survive, like, this, like, infection going on in their camp, and, yeah, I don't know, sounds interesting. So, now on to actually my favorite authors. and like authors I own more books of. So yeah, I'll just talk about the author that I own more books of, because he's not really one of my favorites. I mean, I did recently read a book that I really enjoyed by him, which I'll be making a review video of why you should read it, but it's actually Stephen King. And I want to read Misery by Stephen King, and this is just about a guy who gets in a car accident, and he's an author, and then one of his like really, really super mega big fans like rescues him and then tortures him. So yeah, this sounds really interesting, actually. And like, I don't know, I've only read like a handful of Stephen King books, so he might become my favorite author, really. But like, to determine my favorite author, I usually say like, their books are good, but like, you know, I could love and hate it, but like, I still enjoy the writing. And Stephen King is like not really one of them. I read Pet Sematary, which I did not like. The Stand, which I freaking loved. And then I think I read, I don't know, another one, I can't remember. But I don't think I enjoyed that one as much. I think it was Road Rage. Well, isn't that with his son, Joe Hill, too? And then I also remembered, too, that I read Night Shift, which I thought was okay. But anyways, okay, now moving on to my favorite authors. I want to read Nora Roberts' The Search. So this is about, like, trying to, like, see if I want to read the book, but the synopsis. But it's about, like, this girl, and she's, like, a dog training person, search and rescue person, and she was also in her past like kidnapped by this like guy, and so there's like this copycat going around, and she's also like finding love and stuff, and like, I don't know, there's a lot, but it's like Nora Roberts is known for her like mystery, suspense romances, so I do enjoy that one. I haven't read it, but want to. Then I have read this book before, and it is The Adronymous Strain by Michael Crichton. The reason why I want to read this again, I didn't enjoy it as much, but I do enjoy Michael Crichton's writing. But I wanted to read it again because now I appreciate all like the bio stuff, and I want to read this after reading The Stand, which was amazing. So yeah, and I don't know, I feel like the Adronymous Strain probably will grow on me. I think I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. So anyways, now moving on to my what do you call it, nonfiction and last section. So I want to read Elvis and Me by Priscilla Presley. This is just Priscilla's experience being married at a very young age to Elvis Presley, and yeah, I really want to read it. There's also talk of like him being very abusive and like emotionally manipulative to her, and I'm very interested to like read more about that, just because, I don't know, like, it's interesting. Plus, like, honestly, like, my grandma, like, she was a very, very huge Elvis Presley fan, and like, yeah, I enjoy his music and movies and stuff, but like, I also want to get an inside look on it. So yeah, anyways, that would be interesting to read, and I'm excited to read that. And then the last book that I have is actually Chasing Spirits by Nick Groff, who is used to be a member of the Ghost Adventures crew. For those who followed my channel for a little bit, I did post a couple of like reviews for Zach's books, only 2 of them. I read Dark World, and I read, what is it? Dark World and I Am Haunted. And I am naming that series Book Adventures because I'm going through all their books and reading them. So far I have Nick Groff's, and I also have the last Zach Bagans book, which is him talking about like how to ghost hunt, I guess, for dummies. So that will be fun. But yeah, I am definitely going to be making this into a review book. Anyways, okay. That is all the books I want to get through in 2022. I'm very excited to read them and just enjoy it. I don't really have big goals for 2022. My Goodreads goal is 64 books now, and I believe I can make it. But anyways, that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Sorry I have like cotton mouth going on, so like anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what your guys's 2022 TBR is, or if you read any of the books I mentioned. I'd love to know like your thoughts and opinions and what you guys are gonna read. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you want, you can also subscribe, but you don't have to. And yeah, thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye. Hey guys, so if you do want to follow me on other social medias, I am on Instagram and Goodreads. I post frequently on Instagram, so if you guys want the little updates and everything, be sure to follow my Instagram and my Goodreads.